let me tell you something about St. Francis. St. Francis was a young man in a town in Assisi, in Italy, called Assisi. And he was the son of a very wealthy cloth merchant. His dad was rich, that's what I'm saying. But he wasn't satisfied with all the things that his daddy's money could buy him. Now, some people think, why not? Why didn't he just take everything daddy gave him and run off with it? Well, he tried that, actually. He went off to a battle with all his mates and actually got captured and put in prison because he lost the battle and his friends lost. But while he was in prison, his heart started to change and he realised that he was chasing after things that didn't last. And as time went by, the whole of St. Francis' life really turned around. He began to pray himself and search for God. And he began to find a meaning in life that he didn't really have beforehand. He thought he did, but he didn't. And despite the fact that he was very rich because of his dad's business, he threw everything away. He got rid of everything he owned and just started to follow Christ in poverty. And he started looking after lepers, people with a really horrible bodily sickness. I don't know if you know about leprosy, but people with their fingers and toes falling off and really a very horrible sickness. And nobody wanted to look after these people, and Francis wanted to look after them. Because the more he prayed, the more love he found. And the more love he found, the more he wanted to give it to other people. And then he realised that perhaps that kind of physical suffering wasn't the worst kind of suffering there is. And he started to realise that inside people's hearts, they didn't know that there was any meaning either. So he started to go out preaching and to tell people about Jesus Christ. And that's really what my order does. We follow St. Francis by following Jesus in poverty. We just trust that, well, that he's going to give us whatever we need. So we don't have any income, we don't have any money. We just rely on what people give us, and we know that God actually provides. Did you know that St. Francis had what's called the stigmata? The wounds of Jesus Christ in his hands and feet and side. He had those wounds physically in his body. The Feast of St. Francis is on the 4th of October, and I love this day because the night before it is called the Transitus, and that's the day or the night that Francis died. It's pretty sad. We have a special prayer time where lots of other people come and we remember how Francis died, but Francis wasn't sad when he died. He was really poorly and he was lying there on the ground dying, and all his brothers who loved him so much, they were all in tears because they knew he was going to go. But Francis was glad, and he said, look, he said, when I reach heaven, I am going to be able to do so much more. And I'm going to be there with you anyway, because, you know, whoever's been baptized and believes is already dead, and we're alive in Christ. So we're together, the people in heaven and the people on earth. We're all together. And so on the Feast of St. Francis, as well as having really nice meals and parties all day long and inviting all our friends and meeting the brothers from other places, well, I feel like Francis is there with me in a special way. And all the promises he made, they're all true. They're all fulfilled.